Why the Dallas Mavericks got exposed by the Golden State Warriors. As you all know, the Golden State Warriors faced off against the Mavericks in the most recent game, where the Warriors took the win 119 to 113. In today's video, we're going to be going through 5 reasons the Golden State Warriors were able to beat the Dallas Mavericks, so make sure to like this video, and if you want more Golden State Warriors content like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hitting that red button down below. And if you don't have NBA League Pass but want to watch Golden State Warriors games for less than a cup of coffee, don't forget to join my Patreon, where you can watch every Golden State Warriors game anytime, anywhere. But let's get into the first reason, and the first reason being that Draymond Green had the hot hand. As you all know, Draymond Green had himself a game where he got himself 17 points, 9 rebounds, and 9 assists. So he almost had a 20-point triple-double, which was honestly insane. And to look at even further, if we look at his efficiency, he shot 6 from 13 from the field and also went 3 from 7 from the 3. When was the last time you saw Draymond Green take 7 threes? But in my case, I absolutely love it. I think it is honestly fantastic to see Draymond Green start to add more to his scoring bag, and I do think he always has had it, but he does focus a lot on getting it to Steph and getting it to Clay. However, in tonight's game, Draymond Green decided to come out playing because those 17 points really did help out this roster and when it came to a whole. I really do think it did a fantastic job, not only when it comes to him on offense, but also the amount of assists that he provided for this team to really help the ball movement get going. On top of that, he was also the highest rebounder on top of the highest assist person, and he got himself 9 rebounds, which really helped on the defensive end of things. But the fact that he is shooting more threes, and he got 3 threes in this game, it really did open up the floor a lot for other players. Steph Curry got a little bit more open and he was able to drive more inside. We also had other players like Clay who was able to get a lot of 3-point shots off, and the fact that Draymond Green was shooting that really spaced out the floor and gave a lot of great opportunities to everyone else, whether it was inside or outside, such as Steph and Clay, even though Steph got injured midway. But I do think Draymond Green having a hot lane like this really does show that he is capable of scoring if the time comes, and I do think and I want to see Draymond Green continue to score at this type of level. I think having him be able to score 15-20 points a game is honestly fantastic for this team, because it really has them really guard up on Draymond Green and not just leave him open what they used to do back in the day. It seems that a lot of game plans when it comes to the Golden State Warriors, they really tend to leave Draymond Green open, and that's what the Mavs did. However, this time Draymond decided to make them pay, and I think it is great to see that he does still shoot at a very high efficiency rate, whether it's a 2-point or whether it's a 3-point, and I do think the rebounds and assists even make his game better. But I do have to agree, Draymond Green was definitely the MVP for this game. He was really doing a lot out there, and things that didn't even show up on the stat sheet, such as his defensive presence, was definitely felt and really caused the havoc, especially towards the Dallas Mavericks. The second reason was the big impact from JaMychal Green. Now, JaMychal Green has had himself some pretty good games, but I do have to say that this most recent game against the Dallas Mavericks, he definitely showed what he's capable of. In this game, he actually got himself 14 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists, and he did this in only 16 minutes of play. He also shot 6 from 7 from the field goal and also went 1 from 2 from the 3, which is honestly insane, guys. He was shooting at such a high level and such a high efficiency as well. So I do think he did a fantastic job for the amount of minutes that he was getting. He actually got the least amount of minutes out of all the players that did play, and yet he was one of those top scorers in the top 5. So he did a fantastic job, 6 from 7, 1 from 2, and also to add on top of that the amount of rebounds that he was able to get during that time. He really provided a lot for this team, especially for that second unit. Obviously in the second unit you got scorers like Jordan Poole, you also have others like Dante DiVincenzo and Kuminga. However, having JaMychal Green be able to score at such a high level really caused a lot of problems for the Dallas Mavericks. Now, the Dallas Mavericks were already shorthanded without Luka, and the fact that JaMychal Green came out here and shot a very high efficiency while also dropping 14 points on them, it really caused a lot of problems, especially midway through the game. The gap between the two teams got bigger and bigger, and that's definitely one of the reasons why I think is that when the second unit came on, JaMychal Green was really and ready to make that impact. His rebounding was also the highest out of all the second unit players, so that is great to see, and he did provide a lot when it came to assist as well at times. He's starting to get more of a feel for it when it comes to playing with the other unit, and also playing the play style that Golden State Warriors run, which is very fast paced and a lot of threes. Now, I would like to see JaMychal Green continue to shoot at a very high level, especially in the 3-point area. He definitely does have the shot, but there may be other players that have more of the green light, but I do think him getting 1 or 2 threes a game is very good good for this team. It really does provide a lot, and the fact that they have another scorer in that second unit really does give a lot of confidence for the Golden State Warriors when the starters come off. I think JaMychal Green is really starting to find his way, especially due to the fact that we did lose Otto Porter Jr. last year. We have been trying to find a replacement, and I think JaMychal Green is starting to show that he's not only just replacing him, but he can also do a better job. So it's fantastic from JaMychal Green, and his veteran experience is definitely starting to show, and it's starting to rub off on the other players as well. He's capable of doing such big things and making big time plays. It definitely has a momentum shift when it comes to him on there versus when he's off. The third reason was the dynamic duo between Jonathan Kuminga and Andrew Wiggins. Now this was something honestly special, and a lot of people may not have noticed, but there was at one point where Kuminga and Wiggins were actually running small ball together, and the lineup was actually Klay, Steph Curry, Andrew Wiggins, Jonathan Kuminga, and also Draymond Green, and this lineup absolutely smoked Dallas Mavericks, especially during those mid quarters. It honestly did so much impact having Wiggins and Kuminga out there. They both can shoot very well, and they both did shoot well in this game. However, when it comes to the amount of defense and rebounds that they were providing, it was honestly insane. I honestly do think that Wiggins and Kuminga are some of the best on-ball defenders in this team, and they were able to lock up players such as Spencer Dinwiddie, Tim Hardaway Jr., Dorian Finney-Smith also went off very early on in the game, but they were able to restrict them as soon as those two went on. I think it's honestly a defensive matchup nightmare for a lot of other teams when Kuminga and Wiggins are both on at the same time. Now, we didn't get a lot of minutes of seeing those two on the floor at the same time. However, when they were out there, it definitely looked special, and you definitely saw an increase in the amount of defense that was added to this team. Add that Draymond Green scoring and also getting rebounds and assists, it's really a matchup nightmare for any team. And I do think Jonathan Kuminga and Wiggins should be playing more together at times. I think Steve Kerr did see the amount of potential that definitely that lineup had, and I definitely think it can do wonders in the future. Now, if you look at Andrew Wiggins' stats, he actually got himself 9 points and 1 assist. Now, he is coming back from an injury, so it may take some time. However, he also did shoot 4 from 6, which was really good to see. And like I mentioned, the on-ball defense that he was providing when it comes to contesting shots, locking down players, it doesn't show up in the stat sheet, but he did a fantastic job at that if you watch the game. Now, on top of that, we also have Kuminga, who put himself up for 13 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and also 1 block. He also shot 6 from 11 and 1 from 4, which was really good to see. So the fact that Kuminga is scoring a lot more and is more confident at taking threes really does make this a recipe for success, and I think it will continue to go on as time goes on. Like they always mention, Kuminga and Wiggins are very similar in the way they are. Wiggins just has a lot more experience, and Kuminga is still on the come up, but I do think continuing to have Kuminga play with Wiggins has definitely done wonders for this team, and you saw the Dallas Mavericks were not able to stop it. So having these two on, I think Steve Kerr should definitely continue to try these two on at the same time, because it honestly did wonders, and I think it can definitely scare a lot of other teams, especially in the Western Conference. The fourth reason is Golden State Warriors' insane ball movement. Now, Golden State Warriors have had always a great ball movement, especially with Draymond Green as the main playmaker. However, against Dallas Mavericks, this game was honestly special because they moved the ball so well. It is something we have never seen before. Now, during this game, they actually got themselves 33 assists compared to Dallas Mavericks, who only got themselves 22 assists. You combine that with the pace of Golden State Warriors, and it is honestly a recipe for success, and Dallas Mavericks couldn't find a way to stop it. If you really watched a lot of the plays, you saw a lot of screens, you saw a lot of passes, and you saw a lot of Dallas Mavericks players not being able to keep up, which is why that the Golden State Warriors were able to get a lot more shots off and shoot at such a higher efficiency as well. And I do think assists play a huge part in it. We had some big assist performances from some players. Draymond Green had himself 9 assists like we talked about. Stephen Curry, even though he did get injured halfway, he actually got himself 7 assists. We also have Ty Jerome, who got himself 6 assists as well, and then Klay Thompson, who had 3 assists as well. So there were a lot of players that were really dishing it out, and I do think it really helped the ball movement and what they were capable of. The Dallas Mavericks always look confused going out there, getting around screens and trying to block someone, whether it was Steph or Klay on the 3, and it just seemed impossible for them to stop. So the fact that they are getting their assist up, because this is above their average assist as a team, I do think it will continue to have a big effect if they continue to run this way. Even though Kevon Looney was actually in the lineup and they didn't end up running small ball, Kevon Looney actually did a fantastic job at really adjusting and playing more of a fast-paced game, and you definitely did see it when it comes to the way they were moving the ball. Draymond was able to find Steph and Klay no problem. He was able to find Wiggins inside, side, and even if there was a switch up in lineups, Klay Thompson and Steph Curry didn't have any problems finding their three-point shot. So that continues on into the next game, and I do think if they continue to really play at this high level, especially when it comes to their ball movement, that is what really makes them dangerous, and that's what gets Steph Curry and Klay Thompson a lot more open shots. And not only just them, also others such as Jordan Poole, Dante DiVincenzo, the list really does go on and on. Now it does help that all of the people in Golden State Warriors are scorers, and I think it is going to help moving forward that they all are being able to score, whether it's from the three or whether it's from the inside as well. Number 5 is the efficiency of the Golden State Warriors. Now, if we look at the Golden State Warriors, they shot lights out and also shot a higher percentage than Dallas Mavericks in all categories, even though they were taking less opportunities. So we start off with field goals. Golden State Warriors were actually shot 82 shots and averaged 54.9% from the field. And on Dallas Mavericks side, they shot 85 shots and only got themselves 45%. So that is pretty much a 10% difference, which is honestly huge. If you look at three-pointers as well, Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors only shot 35 threes and Dallas Mavericks shot 40. However, Dallas Mavericks only shot 35% with Golden State Warriors shooting 40%. And if we head over into free throws, Dallas had 27 at 77% and Golden State Warriors shot 19 at 79%. So there is a huge discrepancy when you see the numbers. Yes, Dallas Mavericks may have gotten a lot more shots, but when it comes to efficiency, that is something that the Golden State Warriors do. It does help that you have two of the greatest shooters ever to live the game. However, it does continue to go on from there. Draymond had a great shooting night. You also had other players, Klay, Steph, Jordan Poole. We also have DiVincenzo, JaMychal Green. The list really does go on, and that's what they're going to really need, not only just in games to win, but also when it comes playoff and championship time. I think they continue this momentum into the next game, and hopefully we're able to get another W.